Corner kick from the near side for Georgian Court. Eichenbach just took the corner kick from the far side. He's going to take it here on the near side. Iofis hugs the near post. On the back post, Gabby Parkinson. Low line drive service. Lincoln intercepts it and pushes it into the Georgian Court bench. So all of the action is unfolded inside Lincoln's defensive end, but Georgian Court has been unable to get the scoreboard just yet. Best chance coming from Funkhauser a couple of minutes ago when she sent one over the net. Georgian Court offside. There she is, right in front of us, the sophomore. Dumbuya over the top, aiming for Kitchen. Ritchie is there for Georgian Court. Still in play. It deflects towards the middle. Calling for it is Moore, Burlington, New Jersey product. A little bit of space. It's off the head of Walker. Here's Alfonso. Slipping her way past one. Letting it rip with the left foot. It would not go. And Georgian Court brings on a quartet of players as we take another look at this chance from Alfonso. Jesse Donnelly leading the Cass Miller lets it rip. It is blocked. That is dangerous towards the middle. Kitchen under duress. And it is won by Georgian Court back. That was Alexis West. Wilkins. .4:15 left, half number one. You're watching Georgian Court and Lincoln tangle in a CACC clash on a Sunsplash Wednesday in the Garden State. That deflects. Moore is after it. Over the goal line it goes. Goal kick. That is coming right towards us. It'll be a throw-in for Lincoln. You can see in your scorebook, top left corner of your screen, 3-0 Georgian Court, 3:10 left. First half. Horvath calls it, heads it for Moore. Witherspoon. Last year had a goal and an assist, still in search of her first point this year. I told you that Lincoln has not scored yet this year. Witherspoon takes her time. I would imagine at this point Lincoln just wants to get to the half. They have some tired legs. Donnelly sprinting for it. Winning the race. Lilja. It's a Georgian, or check that. It is a Lincoln goal kick. Washington has done all she can to keep Lincoln close for a long stretch. It was 1-0 and the Georgian Court twice in less than a minute scored. Ritchie her second. Donnelly. That is trouble in the back. Nearly a goal, but it does not deflect in. As we give you another look off Alfonso, that would have been a sick way to score her first. "95 seconds left, first half. That is sent skyward. Assistant AD, Senior Woman Administrator Chrissy Ortiz showing off the soccer skills on the sidelines. And the good news for Chrissy, I believe we have that on film. 1 minute left, first half. Origin Court 3, Lincoln nothing. Last minute of play. Summer Parkinson, why not try it from distance? And caught by the goalkeeper Washington. 30 seconds left, first half. Donnelly tries to put pressure on in the back. Does. 10 seconds left in the half. Lincoln brings it up the middle.
First pass is a good one. It makes it that much tougher for a team that's looking to press.
And the Dolphins are getting in good positions on an individual level. They've got the players in the right spots. It's just up to the decision-making and execution. And we saw both of those on display on that attacking sequence. And here they come again. It's Ciarnelli on the right. Cutting inside. Sliding tackle. What an intervention. That was number 28, Brianna Reyes. But the Dolphins still have the ball. Pumping it into the middle now, looking for a shot. It's Jurek. She goes down, no foul. Caldwell trying to get their attack going again. O'Donnell is there. And she navigates through a couple defenders. O'Donnell coming forward. Loses out. No whistle. Caldwell can now attack. Coming forward now, it's the opening period, but they did not put one away. It's 0-0, and the Dolphins are trying to sneak some points out of a matchup where they're looking more likely to concede than score. Joe, what can the Dolphins do if they want to get something out of this, and what do Caldwell have to do to finally get that goal on the board?
Well, I think for the Cougars, I mentioned it at the end of the half, they need to put more of their shots on target. 10 shots, just one on goal. And they've had a lot of time spent down around the net. They had a corner that resulted in a pair of headers, one toward goal, one just over the bar. A lot of their chances have come from in pretty close, and to only have one shot on goal, I think has to be a bit disappointing for them. If you're the Dolphins, you have to find a way to try and swing possession time in your favor. Whether that is being a bit more methodical and moving the ball up the pitch, or taking a bit more time once you're in the attacking third to try and develop something. They need to find any way to keep the ball in their possession a bit longer, because the Cougars have had it for much of the first 45 minutes plus, and we'll get the clock started in just a moment for the second half. But I think if the Dolphins concede as much possession time as they have to this point, it's going to be really tough for them to come out on the winning side of things in this match.
I think you're right when you say that, Joe. There's something to be said about controlling the game while ceding possession. And it is possible, but it's not necessarily possible in the way that the Dolphins have been doing it. They allow some high-quality chances. Speaking of, here's one in development. Dribbling in. Shot was blocked. Rogers trying to get it towards goal, and she does, but it's very weak. So there's the first opening for either side in the second period. But as I was saying, the Dolphins, they're not controlling the game by defending. They're not frustrating their opponents in the way you would want to when you're not holding on to the ball. So they've got to find a way, like you said, to hold on to the ball. The best defense is attack, but they haven't been able to do so thus far. We're going to have to see some changes in the attacking philosophy. Throw in for the Cougars on the far side. It's difficult for the Dolphins to do that because they're so used to being under immediate pressure. Here's a long ball forward. Dorr will collect that easily. But I would say one of the keys for this team is recognize when you don't have to panic and when you can really pick your head up and assess your options. It's the decision making, I think, that'll carry them through if they are able to collect the goal in this game.
I think if you're the Dolphins, first and foremost, they have to make sure they do not give the ball away right in front of their own goal. We've seen it a couple of times in this match already. One of those turned into a shot. We've seen it already this season as well. They need to be a bit more careful down around their own net. And you've said it already, the Cougars are aware they can press. At times they have looked to press. Dolphins can use that to their advantage. And they need to try and find a way to get the ball out from their own end. Once they do, they should be able to develop some attacks that generate some threatening chances, because we haven't seen it too much. And as the Dolphins now are awarded a free kick in the midfield, now's an opportunity. Play it all the way up the pitch to the attacking third and see if you can develop something from there. They haven't had many chances like this one, and we'll see if Charsky looks to send it long up the field.
And she does. It's a booming ball, but only player there is Reyes, the defender. Eventually falls to Karina Vasquez, who is starting the second half on the pitch. Didn't see her in the first.
Couple of good touches here, but that one is interrupted by Brunner. Felicia's still attacking here. Moretto. That one somehow snuck in. She scored! That changed the complexion of this game immediately. It's almost given away, and now it is. It's brought back by Moretto. Moretto, once a second, gets bumped off the ball. No call, as in there first was Brunner. Some good work here. Now
Felician goal for
down.
number 25, Sierra Moretto.
Moretto picks up her second goal of the season. All is given away again as Felician is trying to clog up some lanes to prevent Dominican from having an easy exit from the shadow of their own net. Tipped along for Lamont. Will she shoot from distance? Wants to. Does not want to use the left. And this one is going to end up into the feet of Riolano.
To Powell. There's Hannah Flores Lemoy. And a tackle from behind and a foul committed by Cavallo. It'll be a free kick for Bridgeport. There's Powell drawing the foul. Pressure from this Malloy team. Bridgeport push on the ball. Powell. Pass It's intercepted that time by Zaywall. Schmidt steps in for Bridgeport. Zaywall winning it back, looking for the clearance. It goes out for a throw for Malloy. Malloy heads it out. Cavallo. Intercepted that time by Lily Rodriguez. Morris looking for the long ball. Headed back the other way. Sato winning the duel for Bridgeport, but ball eventually won back that time by Megan Wetzel. Pass back to Elise Munoz. Keeper for Malloy. Pass intercepted by Powell there. Cavallo muscling her off the ball. Allows Keegan to come in, intercept from Malloy. Pass taken away by Atoll. Here's Marta Schmidt, freshman from Germany. Out for a Bridgeport throw. Both teams feeling each other out here in the opening minutes. Here's Luisa Macedo. Ball given away. Malloy looking to hit back on the break. And that ball for Torino's. Kicked out of bounds by Malloy. Throw for Malloy. Bridgeport throws. Burrow could have keep it in. This Malloy team has been on fire to start the season. They have gone unbeaten in their last 8. 6 wins, 2 losses in that stretch. They are outscoring their opponents 15-1 in the last 4 games. That's receptive in the dangerous area there for UB, but it's dealt with by the Malloy back line, throwing for Bridgeport. Delandia pushed off the ball, and he's got it over the end line. Over the goal kick for Malloy. Munoz kicks it deep. Ball falls to Aisha Atoll. Back looking for the long ball now. Flipped out by Macedo Miller into a run for Bridgeport. Munoz kicks it away. Bridgeport pressing that time with Macedo. Something happened on the offensive end. Out wide, Powell. Just doing something loose here on the near side, and that cross goes right into the arms of Munoz. Tara Quinn, freshman for UB. And send that ball into the box. Quinn pushed to the ground. It's the ball for Bridgeport. One back by Sandwall. It's going to go out for a Bridgeport throw. Into Macedo.
Rodriguez for Zelandia. Great tackle from behind. For James Strait to win the ball back for Malloy. Here come the Lions on the break. Burrow leaves it off for Beatty. Cavallo. Shot blocked by Schmidt. And then he'll go out for a Malloy throw. Wall gives to Cavallo. Howell knocks it out of play. Another Malloy throw. Away that time by Floyd and Malloy. Zelandia. Looking over the top of the run of Heredia. Here's Macedo. And Macedo shoved off the ball that time by Smith. Burrow. Ball give it away in a dangerous area. Just couldn't decide what to do. Take it back by Malloy. Straight. Trying from long distance. Sky Hernandez was all over it. All played down the line over there for you. Rodriguez heads back to the passes and back to Munoz. Rodriguez through the lines to Ingenito. Cavallo intercepts. Ball for Ingenito here on the right side. Keeps it in play, but didn't have anybody behind her, so Powell will just clear. Malloy relentless, straight from long distance. Right into the arms of Hernandez. Rodriguez has a pocket picked. Beatty. Out wide, Cavallo sends it across, and it's going to go over the end line for a goal kick. Just over 10 minutes in, still no clear-cut chances from either side. A little bit more attacking play for the boys so far. Mention how good they've been. Bridgeport is looking for their first win in the last four. They've been hit hard by the injury bug.